Since the 1950s, the top scorer in La Liga has received the Pichichi trophy in honour of their achievements. But many may not know where the trophy got its name from. Rafael Moreno Aranzadi, known as Pichichi, was a striker for Athletic Bilbao in the early 20th century. He won a number of honours with the Basque side and became a hero in Bilbao before his life was tragically cut short. This is a story of Pichichi, an Athletic Bilbao idol. Rafael Moreno Aranzadi was born in Bilbao on the 23rd of May 1892. His father was the mayor of Bilbao, and Rafael's wealthy family expected him to devote his life to academia. However, Rafael quickly fell in love with football as a child, much to the frustration of his family. He was a troublemaker at school, with his teachers struggling to contain him. He would study law at university, but dropped out after only a year. There are various stories as to how Rafael earned the nickname Pichichi, but the most commonly agreed upon tale is that it was given to him by his brother, in reference to Rafael's slight build, as Pichichi roughly translates to little duck. Pichichi would sign for Athletic Bilbao in 1911, and 2 years later he would make his debut against Real Madrid in the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. Pichichi netted his first senior goal minutes into the encounter, and Bilbao would win the tie 3-0. Unfortunately, Bilbao would lose the final to Real Union. A year later, Bilbao would move into a new stadium, the San Mamés, also known as La Catedral. In the match against Real Union, Pichichi would net the first ever goal at the new stadium. Over the next few years, Pichichi became a hero to the Bilbao faithful. He was easily recognisable thanks to a white bandana he wore during matches, and he took the club to glory. Pichichi helped take Bilbao to 5 regional titles and 4 Copa del Rey trophies, netting a hat-trick against Espanyol in the 1915 final. He was starting to attract interest from abroad, but Pichichi remained committed to Athletic Bilbao. Pichichi would also be part of the first ever Spanish national side, who were involved in the 1920 Olympics. Pichichi would net 5 times, as the Spaniards received a silver medal. Pichichi enjoyed his celebrity status and was known for basking in the limelight, but this began to have an effect on his career as he started to be seen as someone who was only playing for himself, and fans and teammates alike grew frustrated with his inflated ego. He would only move towards the opposition goal when he was in possession, and almost never tracked back. The Athletic Bilbao fans who once adored him began to blame Pichichi any time they experienced a loss, as well as turning their backs on him when he got the ball, and they chanted for him to retire early. Eventually, the negative atmosphere got to Pichichi, and he would retire from football at the age of 29, tired of receiving abuse from fans who had once treated him as a deity. He left the club, having scored 101 goals in 159 games. His love for the game, however, did not wane, and he was keen to remain involved. After retiring from playing, he began a career as a referee, and astonishingly made his refereeing debut at La Catedral. But soon, his life would come to an abrupt end. Pichichi had a sudden bout of typhus, supposedly due to ingesting contaminated oysters. On the 1st of March 1922, Pichichi passed away as a result of the typhus, leaving behind a wife and daughter. The city of Bilbao entered a state of mourning following Pichichi's death, with the fans deeply regretting the way they had treated him during the end of his time at the club. In 1926, a bust of Pichichi was placed at the club's grounds to immortalise their legend. It is a tradition for clubs visiting Athletic Bilbao for the first time to have their captain place a bouquet of flowers at the foot of Pichichi's bust. In 1953, sports newspaper Diario Marca introduced the Pichichi trophy to honour the top scorer in the Spanish top flight, named in memory of the Bilbao legend. Pichichi remains an Athletic Bilbao icon to this day, and the naming of the Pichichi Award after him means that his name and story will echo on for generations. His life may have ended in tragedy, and one wonders what may have been had he not been forced to retire early. But thanks to him, Athletic Bilbao experienced incredible success, and in spite of how his time at the club ended, he achieved a huge amount in his short life, and his status as an Athletic Bilbao hero will live on forever.